Hey, what's up, everybody? Hammerheart Metal Reviews here once again. Today we're doing a brand new album review for you. I don't do too many new album reviews on this channel anymore, but this album has got me so excited over the last week or so that I absolutely wanted to talk about it. And the album we are talking about is the brand new album from Oxygen Destroyer titled Guardian of the Universe. So this album actually just came out this past Friday, August 9th, 2024, but I was lucky enough to catch the early stream of this about a week before that, and I've been listening to this non-stop over the last 8 or 9 days. Must have listened to this album over 10 times already. It is that good, and that's why I want to talk about it. This is an album you need to go listen to. If you are unfamiliar with this band, they are from the USA. This is a nice hybrid of black metal, death metal, and thrash metal, with thrash really being the key ingredient here. I would say this would be for fans of bands like Early Creator, Angel Corpse, Absu, Morbid Saint. So for me personally, anything that's going to remind me of some sort of mishmash of Early Creator, Absu, and Angel Corpse is going to be right up my alley of stuff I love. So if you like those bands, you definitely need to go check this out. This is the third full-length album from this band, and this absolutely rips from start to finish. Their previous album from 2021, which was titled Sinister Monstrosities Spawned by the Unfathomable Ignorance of Humankind. Very much a tongue twister of an album, but that one actually made my year-end list of my favorite albums for the year, and this one has a very good chance to do the same because I honestly think this is even better than their sophomore album. They just keep getting better as the years go on. This album is 9 tracks at a nice, concise 33 minutes. So perfect length for this style of music, and this is just a relentless thrash attack. Riffs upon riffs upon riffs that are just going to melt your face off. If you're unfamiliar with the band, their whole concept is really around Kaiju films, which is gigantic monsters such as Godzilla, etc. Their whole theme is around that. Every album, all their songs are about that, and they really pull it off. Maybe you could say that's a little gimmicky, but I don't find this music gimmicky. They just are writing about a theme that they're passionate about, and they really bring in the atmosphere with movie sound clips to just build to the atmosphere of the album overall. There's these little sound bites throughout that they incorporate in, but this is really all about the music. This was a very highly anticipated album for me because I loved their previous album so much, and this one honestly it lived up to my own personal hype and then some. This is just an absolutely killer album. I feel like they have upped the ante since their previous album. It's even tighter playing. The technicality is on point, and they've even dialed up the thrashiness. I mean, that was always there, but this even feels thrashier than before, but it is just so ridiculously fast-paced and unrelenting. You got the great, blackened kind of death rasps for the vocals that are, maybe more on the black metal side than the death metal side. It's not the low gutturals, but he does switch it up a few times here and there, bringing in some more of the death metal type vocals, but it's over top of just non-stop thrashing. I'm not going to do a song-by-song run-through of the whole album, but this slaps from start to finish. Just absolutely ridiculous. If you wanted to just go check out a couple song highlights to see if you're into it, go check out the songs Shadow of Evil, Thy Name is Legion is amazing. Thy name is Legion. Thy name is Legion. You'll be singing along instantly, headbanging, thrashing along. Also another great track, Banishing the Iris of Sempiternal Tenebrosity. I have a hard time pronouncing a lot of their song titles here because they've got some interesting ones. But yeah, absolutely amazing stuff here. The drumming is on point throughout this album. Non-stop blast beats, double kicks, just thrashy drumming brilliance that just match the frenetic riffing and guitar work. There's nice solos sprinkled in as well over top of this barrage of just chaotic guitar licks. It's absolutely amazing. When I hear people talking about their favorite modern thrash bands, it always seems to be bands like Warbringer or Enforced. And nothing against those bands. I do not mind those bands. But honestly, This absolutely lays that stuff to waste. Like, Oxygen Destroyer slays those bands. It's just, to me, this is some of the best modern thrash out there. It is unrelenting, and I just love it. It's an intense listening experience. I love the energy. I love the vibe that they just put out throughout the entire runtime. It's just a non-stop thrash attack that will just pummel your senses. It's as though a giant monster is attacking you, and that's the whole vibe that this album has, and it's just unrelenting. There's so much adrenaline on this album that it's intoxicating. Just absolutely love this entire album. There are no weak moments. Like I said earlier, this is a perfect length for this style. 33 minutes. It doesn't overstay its welcome. Doesn't necessarily leave you craving more. It's just perfect. All that I want to do when it ends is press play and start this album again. That's why I've listened to it so much over the last week, because it's a highly addictive album, and it's nice and short and concise that it's so replayable. And these songs will stick in your head, and then I just want to go listen to it again. I have like no complaint about this album at all. The production sounds great. It's very clean, but without sounding overproduced like some more modern albums maybe have that overproduced quality. This doesn't sound like that. It still has the rougher edge because of the style of like blackened death thrash that they're playing. I would absolutely love to see this band live. I hope that at some point they make their way up here to Canada where I live so that I could catch them, because I have a feeling that they put on a great live show. All I can do is close my eyes and imagine it, but hopefully someday that dream can come true and I will see them. Honestly, as you can tell from me just gushing about this album, this is one that I strongly recommend. If anything I just said sounds like it might be up your alley, do yourself a favor and go listen to this goddamn album. You will not regret it. In my opinion, this is the best thrash of the year. By far, I don't even think it's a contest with any other thrash albums that I've heard. So on that note, what would I rate this out of 10? I'm going to comfortably give this a 9 out of 10. I absolutely love this album, and I think you should too. So go give it a listen. If you don't like it, hey, that's okay. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. But give me your thoughts on the album down below. Let me know what you think of it. And until next time, Hammer Heart Metal Reviews out.